put the guitar back in the room, I put the pick in the drawer, and I walk right upstairs, and it's nappy fucking Nunu time. Nobody knows dick. And I sleep like a baby. I sleep till 8:15.
Wow.
Till my daughter kisses me to tell me she's leaving. I get up with her. I throw some water on my face, and I get a cup of coffee. I talk to her for like 10 minutes, and then it's off to school, and that's when my day starts.
Nice.
I go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. I box once a week here. It's been all about health and mental health since I've been back here.
That's great, man.
I had to get my mental back in touch. That L.A., the last 2 years in L.A. were a little fucking rocky, man, you know. In many ways. Nothing bad. I don't think I was healthy mental-wise. There was a lot of shit going on with me.
I think it's not just you. I think that, I mean, I understand that, but I think that, you know, this city it's a weird place, man. And you kind of see that it's kind of it's a strange business that we're in. Like it's not the best thing to be in LA and in this business for, like, you know, good mental health. I mean, it really can wear on you. It does wear on you.
It wears on you. It weared on me. I'm not proud to admit it, but I'll admit it. You know, it was just, I think 2016 was my break point. Mm-hmm. After that, I was like numb. You know, I needed edibles just to function. In my day, I needed all this shit just to function, you know. And then the pandemic came, I started eating those fucking anxiety pills. I had them stocked up for 12 years. I think I took like 3 of them. I would take them on the road to sleep if I wanted to sleep good. Yeah. And once the pandemic came, I would wake up with fucking... You know when my anxiety stopped? When I woke up from the surgery.
Really?
January 9th, I woke up and I'm like, wow. It disappeared. Because I had anxiety about my heart. I had anxiety about my knee, moving here. Before the fucking surgery, they did every test they could. You know, like they did everything. Every heart test, every test. So I'm clear. So I'm good. So when I woke up, I lost like 50% of the anxiety. Then over the last couple months, I've been getting better and better. I was struggling on stage, Tom. Tom, how long do you know me? I was struggling to go up there and say the words. So
you were feeling anxious about that too.
Yeah. Once I cut that out of my life, stand up, the anxiety 20% went away.
Wow.
And once I got the COVID shot, I'm good now. I'm still not jumping up and down, hanging out with people. Yeah. But I'm good. I have my moments. I go to the gym. I make sure both doors are open. You know, I wear my mask. That's all you could do. You know, I'm the lightest I've been in maybe 15 years.
Wow. That's great, man.
Yeah, I weighed myself today. I'm 18 pounds away from my goal.
Congrats.
My first goal, you know. And a lot of people were inspired by you. When I had Bert on a couple of weeks ago, he told me that what happened to you really wore on him. Like, you were in good shape, you were healthy. And I think a lot of people saw that fall, and we all said, fuck it, we're getting strong, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, it definitely, you know, it was more mentally and emotionally taxing than a lot of people. Like, a lot of people were like, you broke your arm, like, what's the big deal? I'm like, yeah, it didn't really affect me that way. I didn't feel like I just fell and broke my arm. You know what I mean? Like, it was much more, like, I went through, like, an emotional period in recovery.
You do.
Like, you know, oh, yeah, man. And, like, people that have been injured understand it. All the therapists understand it. But a lot of people just go, like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know how to explain it to you, man. But it was a very mentally and emotionally taxing time. And I didn't expect it. I mean, I didn't expect to get injured. And then I didn't expect it to affect me in that way. And, you know, like, you feel a lot of things. Like, one of the things that stood out to me was, like, day one in the hospital, I felt like tremendous gratitude, like overwhelming. I don't mean when you're like, well, I'm grateful for my, like, I felt like overwhelming gratitude that I was in the position I was in, that my friend, like Bert was with me. And I felt like so much gratitude that he was my friend. And the whole thing was like this, it's this overwhelming experience. And, like, I don't know how to really describe it to people, but you know, if you're fucking around playing basketball and you think you're having fun, and then all of a sudden you feel like you got shot. Like that's what I feel like. I got shot, man. Like my fucking patellar tendon rips in half, and then I land on my arm and snap it. Like all of a sudden your whole world is upside down. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those life experiences where I know this will be like this moment where 20 years from now you could ask me about it and I'll be like, man, that was a day that I felt like made a huge impact on my life. You know, it's like, I was telling someone, I go, you know, when I was 19, I OD'd and I was in a coma, and it was like, it was really wild experience. And, you know, it's a fresh in my mind. Like it's 20 years, more than 20 years ago, but it changed the way that I was living my life at the time. I was a freshman in college. I was doing the things that a lot of people were doing, which you're a freshman in college, you're experimenting with drugs and I was like slowly escalating. Right. And as I was escalating, you have something real crazy happen, which is like an OD, and you're in a coma and you're in ICU. It makes you kind of go like, what the fuck am I doing? Right. And it changed me. Like I ended up never doing a hard drug again because it's traumatic. And so for this thing, it's a totally different thing, obviously, but it just kind of affects you in a way where you're like, oh man, like I didn't realize I was this vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, why would I think that I'm going to go to jump and my fucking body's going to break in half? Like, you don't think that, you know? And then, yeah, then you feel like this weird gratitude stuff. And then, I mean, I don't know, man. I was just in this recovery center. People are taking care of you. I was talking to a therapist about it. I'm like, I don't know why this is so emotional for me. And she's like, well, you know, this is kind of like, it's kind of like being a baby again when you're totally vulnerable as an adult. And I was like, what? She goes, well, you're an adult, but you need someone to help you with everything right now. Like when you're fresh in there, like you can't sit up on your own. You can't eat on your own.
Horrible.
You can't do anything.
Horrible.
And people are taking care of you. And all of a sudden you go, oh, like people are taking care of me. And it kind of feels like, it sounds weird, right? But it feels like you're a baby. And then these are all like your mommies and daddies. And it sat with me, man. It fucking did. And then I go, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to, even though I was working out 5 days a week when I got hurt. I mean, I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now, but I wasn't like sitting around doing nothing, you know? But I go like, oh, I can't fuck around at that weight anymore. That's what I told myself. I was like, you got to get leaner and stronger because look what can happen, you know? So I've just taken it seriously since I left there. You know, I eat clean, I work out, and I don't want to fucking break shit again, man.
Tom, I refused to watch the video for a few weeks.
Really?
And I got to be honest with you. When I watched it, between me and you and people watching, I teared up.